I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL, DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL, DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL, DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL, DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, along with the lovely Terry T-Bomb Long. Let's rock.
Yeah.
Are you excited or not?
I am excited.
Well, guess what? I'm excited with you. We got a big show, Spotlight Over the City. Thank you guys, all the whole DMV. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to Spotlight Over the City.
Yes.
Somebody said Florida was in the building. Texas, Philly, Chicago. They better not leave out Atlanta. We all the way down there. Trust me.
Atlanta, Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina, Fayetteville. Let's rock.
Y'all, speaking of
Palmer Park in the building.
Palmer Park, okay, well then Kenland in the building then.
You better know
That's
that.
right, Kenland in the building.
Southside.
I'm a Kenland honey for life, just so y'all know. It's Thirsty Thursdays, and it is the day of my favorite show in the whole wide world. I am super excited every Thursday because of this show, Spotlight Over the City. We have an amazing show lined up for you tonight, y'all, as per usual, like every Thursday. But first, let's give it up for this amazing studio. Broadcast Media.
Broadcast Media, you already know. UBM.
Yes, UBM.
Shout out to the whole UBM crew.
Yes, they are the best.
Justin, the whole crew, man, they out here doing that thing.
best.
They make us shine every single week. If you want to shine like we shine, get in touch with me. We can make something happen.
Yes, indeedy. Thank you for that, honey. And tonight's lineup, we have got both people tonight are in the DMV. This is a DMV type of night, y'all. Yes, both.
Man,
BOF. Yes, we got community activist Cotey Wynn in the building.
Yep.
Woo! And I'm excited about this young lady, right? Okay, she is going to sing something for y'all. Her new single is out. It is so lit.
And I heard it.
Yes, y'all missed it in soundcheck, but you're going to hang around for the later of the show. She's going to close out. We've got J'TA Freeman in the building. Yes. Yes.
Man, thank you guys for rocking with us. We definitely appreciate it. We love the energy.
We do. But first and foremost, we like to shout out Black businesses on the show every week. That is Spotlight Over the City's way of giving back to the community. We're the people's champ of media, right? So the community is important to us, and that's our way of giving back. We shout out Black businesses on the show every week. If you want to get your business shouted out, or if you know someone and you can vouch for them and they have a great Black business, let us know. And email us, info. So the email is info@spotlightoverthecity.com. Info@spotlightoverthecity.com. Send us an email about your Black business and we will feature you.
For sure.
Today, I think we even got some of this. Y'all see this DMV cap up here? Today we are featuring Mo Sauce. Mo Sauce is a printing and embroidery company making custom DMV apparel since 1997, specializing in hats and other accessories. You can follow them on Instagram at MoSauce1, so that's MOSAUCE, the number 1, and head over to their website at www.mosauce1.com to order your apparel for the summer. Tell them Spotlight Over the City sent you, and it's a husband and wife Black business. Shout out to you all. I finally met you, Monique. So, hey, girl, thank you so much
And
for
that's
my
the
hat.
Mo side
That's
of
the
the
Mo
business,
side,
right?
yes, and he's the
And
sauce.
then he's the sauce, right?
And Stan has a lot of his hats. We rock them all year long and makes really good stuff for the DMV.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
Yes. All right, y'all. It's warming up outside, and nothing beats an amazing, healthy smoothie. Sasha and KD are the proud Black franchise owners over there at the Tropical Smoothie Cafe, located in Crofton, Maryland. So head over there to let Sasha and KD know Spotlight Over the City told you about them. Shout them out.
Yep. They right over there by the Target, in case you're not familiar with that area. And also, while we talking about Tropical Smoothie, I'm going to give a free plug real quick to the other homie Clement over there that owns the one off of Exit 13. I'm not sure what that area is. What's that? Richie Road?
That's like Richie Station,
Shout out to my man Clement. He has one of the best producing tropical smoothies in the region, grossing over $2 million a year. Shout out to him. Black owned business. And my man E over there in what's the mall? Alverson Mall.
Alverson Mall.
And they just opened another one too, him and his wife. So shout out
Y'all,
to them.
my shoe just fell off.
Okay, come on. Keep
Oh,
it
gosh.
Yeah,
On the show. Okay, let's go. It really did.
We gotta go.
Okay, so we got to get on with Name That Song with Stack
I
and
told you don't wear
T-Bone.
them ragged ass shoes up here. I told you that when we got the house. I told you that.
Name That Song with Stack and T-Bomb. In case you're just joining us, we do a segment every Thursday where we sing a few bars of a song, and you have to name the song and the artist, right? You can win a Spotlight t-shirt, a Spotlight mug, one of these right here, or Spotlight hats. They're very nice too. So,
Or some Spotlight shoes. You did?
This is
In
terrible.
your case, some Spotlight slippers.
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
go.
You ready?
Stay ready.
All right.
Ladies first. All right, so you name the song, name the artist, win the t-shirt, mug, hat.
Okay, let me take another
or
sip
something.
real quick.
Maybe that's the issue. You sure you good?
I'm good.
Name it by the way.
Yes, baby.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm ready.
Name that song. Let's go, y'all.
Name that song with Stack and T-Bomb. Do I really? Hey, want my baby? Boom, boom, boom. You got to do that part. Brother, tell me what to do.
All right, that's good.
I know you've got to get your hustle on.
I thought you only got
Hey,
a couple bars.
so I pray. Okay, you know it now, you know? Did I give y'all
Give
enough?
it up for T-Bone.
Yeah, y'all know that
That's
song.
an easy one, though.
Was it easy?
That's a pretty. If y'all listen to music at all, if
You know that song?
I'm gonna just say this.
Do you know it?
I'm gonna talk to the black.
Amber
people.
don't know
I'm
it.
To the black and brown people right now. If you don't know that song,
Then you get
I'ma
your black
take
card.
Black card. You don't listen to music
Well,
that
that just
much.
means I sang it just like the artist, because if you say it's
No, that's
easy,
not what I was
it must
saying,
sound
but
like the radio was on. Let's go.
This one, I'm gonna have to dig deep. Now, this one of my favorite artists. This is one of the best bands in the world.
Okay,
And
I'm ready.
I might have gave it away.
Let me give you some good luck.
Don't make me do nothing right now. Come on.
Let's go.
Pretty brown eyes, you know I see ya. It's a disguise the way you treat me.
The way you
treat
me.
You keep holding on to your thoughts of rejection. Shh. You keep telling. Oh shit.
You good?
Wait. Oh. All right. Well, look. Anyway, I'm gonna start right there. I don't know the word.
You killed the first few bars, though,
You
baby.
keep telling me that your time is always taken. Don't interrupt the singer. But I keep singing you out alone. Do the background.
Okay.
Listen to love, cause your heart is pounded with this remix. Desire.
What is going on?
I didn't know this song, okay? I just.
But let me tell you something, though. But I'm
gonna say this. I love the artist. I love
Yes.
It's a group. It's not just the artist.
It's a group.
One of the best bands in the world. After.
Let me see if anybody is on our
I'm just telling you
Instagram.
that it's a great
Anybody
song.
on Instagram, y'all know my song or Stan's? Yes.
Your song. Everybody know your song, baby.
Okay, well.
So anyway, I'm pretty sure they know your song. I think I screwed mine up. So they might not know mine this week.
I don't know, but you still the voice to make 'em moist.
Okay,
So
but I didn't have it this week. Next week I'll come back and do I'll get it right.
Okay,
Let's
all
rock.
right. Well, let's rock. We got to do a commercial break, I think.
Do we?
I don't know. Wait a minute, Amber, keep me on track, please.
No, Sean's off.
You're a shining star.
No matter who you are. Let's go. All right, so this is one of my favorite segments. Spotlight Shining Stars. Actually, a segment.
Turn your chairs around.
You can come right here. So, Spotlight Shining Stars is a segment that we do, and we love to spotlight people to do something amazing in the community. Big, small, rich, poor, fat, tall. It doesn't matter as long as it's something great. And this week, this is actually my favorite segment, actually, because sometimes justice is up to just us.
I love it.
Right? Am I saying it? Carmen?
It looks like Charmin.
Charmin?
Yeah,
Charmaine Davis, a psychotherapist in California, created an app called Just Us. Just Us, which comes from the word justice, to help black drivers when they get pulled over by police officers. The app was created with her own black son in mind. That's a given. As he is getting ready to get his driver's license. Now, why should we be paranoid as black people just because we getting ready to get our children in the stage of driving and we got to teach fear to them and da-da-da. So anyway, this is good. This is why this app is good. The app has a check-in feature which sends you emergency contacts. Your current location. Okay, it sends emergency contacts to your current location.
Right.
The heads up feature notifies your contacts when you've been pulled over, sends them your current location, starts live streaming. Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
The last feature is the help feature, which starts live streaming immediately and notifies anyone with the app within 3 miles of your location, letting them know you need assistance.
I love it. I love it.
This is smart.
Download
the app today in the App Store. Just Us.
Just Us.
Just Us.
Because sometimes justice.
And follow the IG, the Just Us app. Or
yes.
The Justice
I
app.
love it.
Just Us. Just Us. So it's Just Us on IG and all that. Right?
I love it. Yep. I love that.
That's a brilliant idea. It's sad that we have to have those type of things amongst our community. Because I don't think white people and other than us are sitting around in their home looking for apps
They not.
to tell their children what to say to the police officers and how to conduct themselves. And they don't have to do all those kind of
They're
things.
not.
So we need to get to where we don't have to do that as well. So I'm not cool with that. We're going to have to use this app temporarily. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And it is a good idea because we do need the help.
It is. We need the help right now. And so I have a black son. And so when he's driving, I'm going to want him to have the app. And as soon as you see the sirens, you push the app. And then you notify your 5 emergency contacts that I'm being pulled over. I love
just
it.
Call me. We come through there. So this is the thing I wanted to say, though, about the whole situation. Why do we make it safe for police officers to come into the community and kill our children and do the things they do to our children, stand there and wait for assistance, hours sometimes, alone in our community, and they stand over our dead children? And we got gang bangers, Crips, Bloods, Vice Lords, GDs. I'm not telling you what you should do, but you kill each other every day in our community. And you banging hard, and I know it. And we've been doing this for years. But the police officer come, and he spray out 14, 13, 12-year-olds.
And he get to walk home.
And he sits there, and he waits for his other officers. And at that point, he's a gang banger. And we treat him like an officer. He's always been an oppressor. Not all officers, but a lot of them. And so we got to recognize the difference. Oppressors need to be treated as oppressors. This is my opinion.
I'm with you on that, baby. I stand with you.
Stop being so damn soft, Negroes.
That's right.
We gotta
I'm
stand
with
up.
you. Stand up. Well, we have to get ready to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with some Spotlight news. We got a lot of news for y'all.
Yes, we do. It's a lot going on, you guys. Hold on to your seat. We'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.
Spotlight over the city. Catch us every Thursday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. via www.spotlightoverthecity.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Spotlight Over the City. You can find us on Facebook, Spotlight Over the City, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotlight Over the City TV, y'all.
Yes, indeed. And it's also on Twitter. Don't forget Spotlight Over the City. Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, and guess what?
What?
We got some amazing news.
We do. We got a lot of news.
It's a lot.
Yes,
a lot
we do.
going on, so let's get ready.
Spotlight News is sponsored by Shea Butter Like Whoa And No Limit Communications, y'all. Shea Butter Like Whoa, they provide gentle and natural skincare products that are 100% non-toxic. They source plant-derived ingredients of the highest quality. They also are offering a Spotlight Family discount, so you can go get you some Shea Butter today. Go online, www.sheabutterlikewhoa.com. At the end of your order, put in SPOT20, SPOT20, and you get 10% off of your order.
What's that
Because you're
code?
part of our Spotlight family. Go get you some Shea Butter.
baby.
Yes, they got amazing scents. My favorite is called Sweet and Juicy. Get that, ladies.
Wait, that's
Sweet
not new?
and Juicy for the summer.
Sweet and juicy.
Yes, it's called Sweet and Juicy. I had the little one. So now, Terry, if you're listening, I need a big one. Terry, if you're listening, I need a big
Get my wife some sweet and juicy.
Hey,
ASAP.
I need a Sweet and Juicy. And
Mango
Stan
for the
needs a
men.
mango.
Mango for the men. So I'm gonna just say it really works. It's a
It
good
does. I
product.
love it.
I told y'all last week I went down Florida and burnt my head up, and I put the shea butter on there and boom, it brought it right back.
That's right. And you don't need oil. So some people use lotion and then they put the oil on top. You don't need that. You just need the shea butter because it's just all of that.
It's
so.
a good consistency
Yeah.
too. It's cool. So
Yeah, it's
shout
cool.
out to Terry too over there.
Yes, indeed. Also, our Be More family, listen up. No Limit Communications is the official iPhone and Android doctor's office in Baltimore, y'all. They handle they handle screen repairs. They unlock your phones, flash phones. You can get custom cases, and you can pay your bills there, and so much more.
Anything that's involving a phone,
You
or
can do it
anything
there.
around the phone, a case or cord or whatever you got going on, they got it.
They got
in
you
there.
covered.
And ask for Teresa and tell them Spotlight Over the City sent you too, though.
That's right. They're located at 3048 Greenmount Avenue and Be More. You can contact them at 410. The phone number cut off, y'all. I'm sorry. You can visit them on Instagram, No Limit Communications.
And shout out to Teresa too. Happy birthday to Teresa. She had a belated birthday. I think it was last week. So shout out to you, Teresa.
Happy belated birthday, girl.
And shout out to the whole Be More family down there. So let's rock.
All right, J-Lo and A-Rod have officially confirmed their breakup this time, y'all. And they're saying, yes, again, that they have realized they are better off as friends. Aww. They broke up. They have blended their family too. They hadn't got married yet, but their kids are very close. And I thought they were like a really hot couple.
That's kind of tough because once you get the kids involved, it's kind of tough road to find out y'all better as friends. So it's some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope they work it out. You know, that's.
And if not, I always say life is too short to be miserable and unhappy. So if you're miserable and unhappy, life's too short for that. So I wish them the best.
So you know how some people have a type. J-Lo obviously don't have a type. What y'all think? She don't have a type, right?
No.
J-Lo go from puffy to
She don't have a type, but you better have
dancer
some coins.
The backup dancer. No.
Her
The
type.
backup dancer didn't have no coins. The backup dancer didn't have no coins.
That is true, baby. That's true.
When you know how to put it down, you don't need no coins. See, that's what I'm saying. The little young boy.
I know that's right.
Yeah, you got.
You know how to do what?
If you got a good stick, then you don't need no damn coins.
Let me just tell y'all to change your life.
So,
That's all I'm
So
gonna
the
say.
young boy came through there backup dancing and backed it up. And next thing you know, he didn't need a damn dollar. You hear me? I bet you that. He was broke as
Listen,
hell.
okay, on to something more serious, y'all. This is I hate talking about these stories, but we are Spotlight Over City. We got to tell you. Well, you've seen it already. Riots are now going on again out there in Minneapolis. Shout out to Leslie Redmond out there in Minneapolis on the front lines.
Yep.
Hey, girl, she's a part of our Spotlight family as well. Out there on the front lines fighting for our brown people out there.
Justice.
Yes, riots have started again in Minneapolis after 20-year-old Daunte Wright was shot dead this past Sunday when Officer Kim Potter pulled him over for driving on expired tags. When Officer Potter, who is a white woman, she ran his plates, she learned that Daunte had an outstanding warrant. He attempted to flee and she drew her weapon and shot and killed him. Officer Potter said she thought she had pulled out her taser, but it was actually her service weapon. We have a clip. We have a 30-second clip. Let me show y'all.
Told a damn lie. We'll be right back.
You're not doing that? No, you just stop, bro. You're not doing it.
Holy shit! I just shot him.
Oh, wow.
Woo, welcome back to Spotlight, man.
She's recently been charged with second-degree manslaughter, you all. So just so you know. And she did what?
She bailed out.
She bailed out.
Of course she bailed out. So well, the first step was I'm even tripping that they even arrested her. So this is the stuff I'm talking about right here. You go to school, right? And you get held accountable for the training that you learned in school. You go to an academy.
Supposed to
go to academy. They even put you on a timer for the weapons. I'm familiar because I used to be at the range. Don't tell nobody, but I used to be next to the feds and all and watching. And I used to be, trying to get myself together. So I know they put them on timers because you can't keep your service weapon unless you're on a timer. So you're not that damn stupid to think that a taser is a real live situation because you practiced this situation and you went to training to keep that situation. So now that's where the buffoonery come in, right? This is what I mean. And so it's only the pressure from the public, which we need to keep doing, that keep these people accountable. But we got to do more than that. See, we got to go up to the hierarchy and see why the goofballs are still allowed to be in office and why they still allow them to be able to have these weapons and this and that. And we still got to learn that they can't come in our hood and leave our youngest dead.
Yeah.
They just can't do
They can't do that. There should be some repercussions for coming into our neighborhoods to doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to go home to
I
our
don't
families
condone
too.
violence or murder or none of that, but I ain't condoning it for our children.
That's
the
right.
problem.
That's
I'm
the
having.
thing.
I'm not condoning that and if you're supposed to be protecting and serving, and we paying you our tax dollars to do so, and you instead coming to break a neck instead of serve and protect, then we should handle that differently. It's a different situation at that point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a whole different situation.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. Lieutenant Caron Nazario was stopped back in December in Virginia, good old Commonwealth, for allegedly not having back plates on his car. However, the body cam video shows that the car had dealer tags. Virginia officers Joe Gutierrez,
I know these names.
Joe
tough, right?
Gutierrez, and Daniel Cocker, they drew their guns on Lieutenant Nazario, and then they pepper sprayed him. We have a clip of this too. You want to see it?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Let me
Let's
let
check
you
this
see
clip
it.
out. We'll be right
Get
back.
out.
Please relax.
Get out of the car right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me. I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
What's going? Hold on.
Air 4 OCs deployed. Get out of the car.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just comply. Get out of the car.
Reached into my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am, you've laid plate.
Down. Let's go.
Commander
Let's
officer
go.
available.
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's going
now.
on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Please talk to me about what's
Get
going
on the ground.
on.
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
Get on the ground.
Talk to me about what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on.
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
You're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Yeah, y'all.
So, man, yeah.
Officer Gutierrez was fired for use of excessive force. Officer Crocker is still employed. Lieutenant Nazario is suing both of the officers for $1 million, claiming that they both violated his First and Fourth Amendment rights.
Man, so this is tough. This is a young man who is a lieutenant ranked in service, right? Serving his country. He's home doing whatever he's doing, and this is what he's facing, right? And so picture if you're just a regular old citizen. He's not even a civilian. And this is how they handling him.
Yep.
That's why God didn't put me in the military. That couldn't be.
That couldn't be you. No.
And so this is what I'm saying, how disrespectful the country boy was. The goofball sprayed him. He trying to conduct the whole situation while he's spraying him, trying to tell the other dude, both of them scared to death. And he's spraying him with the mace. He don't really know what to do because he ain't react to it the right way. This dude never raised his voice at him, never got out of order, never was resisting or anything. And
Nope.
this is what he faced. But this was months ago.
Yeah.
This did just happen. So,
But they being sued, and
but that's not enough for
It's
me,
not
though.
enough.
So this is what I'm saying. Like the suing, that's cool. You get the money and da 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 da. But these officers got to be held accountable, though. Like, we can't conduct ourselves a certain way in the street. Why they can conduct themselves a certain way in the street?
It's got to change. It's got to change.
But see, like the Haitians did, you gotta take your freedom. Like, I don't know why we still always so soft. Like, I hate it. Like, I hate it to death. You gotta stop being so damn soft. Like, if you have an oppressor, you can't beg him to let you go. He oppressor. The hell?
He oppressed people.
Oh, man, that's his job to oppress your black ass.
Yeah.
So why is he going to just wake up and say, let these Negroes go. I'm just going to don't even be so hard on them and level the playing field and just man, you got to take that and stop asking for so much. We don't have to ask for so much if we built everything.
I agree, baby. I agree. Let's go. Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been placed on a pause after six cases reported the vaccine has been causing a very rare blood clot, headaches, abdominal pain, leg pain, and shortness of breath within 3 weeks of people receiving the one and done shot.
So I gotta watch what I say.
About this. That's right. You gotta watch what you say because they'll block us.
Because of my view, they block the show and do all kind of stuff they do to the show because of what I say. So I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna speak on this situation, but I will say use good judgment before you jump out there in fear. Don't let fear be your deciding factor. If you're basing your life in fear, you're gonna make some real ill decisions. You can't retract some of these decisions. Ask Johnson & Johnson.
You're right, baby. So yeah, that's all we're gonna say about that.
And you can't sue them goofballs, by the way. You
No.
can't sue any. And a vaccine's supposed to be something that cures or treats. I said a vaccine is supposed to be something that cures or treats. So when you get this one, it does shit.
Well, apparently it does.
Well, it does something, but it doesn't cure or treat.
Red blood
so
clots.
it gives you some clots and some other stuff. So you have to make a decision based on not being afraid and also have some biblical principle about yourself. And you can see. And I don't mean just the Bible. I just mean God talk.
Right.
Quran could be a bunch of different books that you can read to get educated.
That's right. That's all we're gonna say about that, because like you say, they don't like us talking about our views on the vaccine.
The scriptures say that my people will perish for lack of knowledge.
That's right.
They won't have understanding of who they even are.
Yeah, you right, baby.
So yeah.
All right. On a lighter note or a higher note, literally, 420 is approaching, y'all, and everyone is investing.
I just got excited.
I just said on a higher note, 420 is approaching and everybody is investing in cannabis nowadays. Actor Jaleel White, remember him, y'all? Jaleel White. He launched
I never would have thought Jaleel White.
Me either. He launched his own cannabis brand, and now Uber is saying that they are thinking about getting into the cannabis delivery business.
You better know it. That West Coast and that Midwest, they're going to have to take that business because there's so many transactions going on out there, and they already Ubering without the title Uber and dropping them off and picking them up.
I can get my food delivered, my wine
everything
delivered, and my reefer.
So let me just, no, it's cannabis.
Oh,
and
cannabis.
So in the cannabis community, we don't use the word reefer. We use cannabis, the word cannabis. Because
y'all know T-Bomb be inappropriate sometimes out of order.
Help me, get her. So yeah.
All right, well, kudos to, 420 is coming up.
420.
Right around the corner, y'all.
And so I know a lot of people still frown up about cannabis because you're still stuck in the era where they told you it was illegal and it was a drug and oh my God, and he's taking drugs, and it's never been a drug, it's always been a herb. And they should have never made it illegal from the beginning. If you look up cannabis, it has more medical use than any plant known to man.
That's right.
So
it cures.
do some homework.
It helps with the COVID.
It's COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
So do some homework. Don't pay attention to wife. Do some homework. Don't. That last statement didn't have nothing to do with Spotlight. So do some. Yeah, that's all, Terry. Do some homework though on cannabis, and maybe you wouldn't be so afraid. It's a lot of people who have seizures and a lot of things, and it's stopped all those things from happening instantly.
Yes,
so
indeedy.
That's called medicine.
Medicinal. Black couple. You gonna like this story, baby. Black couple Charles and Willa Bruce owned a beach resort on Manhattan Beach in L.A. back in 1912. Due to racism, relentless harassment from the KKK, and violence, the land was taken from them in 1924 and considered eminent domain by the state. But now, Black Lives Matter. But now, Los Angeles County officials ruled that the descendants of Charles and Willa Bruce will be able to reclaim their land.
That's
Give
right.
us our
Give
shit
us
back.
our land back.
Which
Stop
is now
stealing.
worth $72 million.
That's right. That's
the beach resort was first purchased back in 1912 for $1,225, and the Bruces received about $14,000 for it when the state took it from them. So when the state took their property,
They gave $14,000.
$14,000. But now their descendants.
That's such an
But
insult.
listen to this sad story. They ended up having to move to South Central LA after that and worked as laborers, and both of them died 5 years later.
See, that's the BS. So,
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so anyway, what I'm glad about is that they get to reclaim the land,
their descendants.
for the family and stuff like that.
Yes.
There's a lot of these situations in America that you don't get to reclaim the land because they stole the land and just kept the damn land.
Yeah.
And so they gave.
But we're gonna see
we
more
didn't
and more of
have
this.
rights. Like we didn't have certain rights to purchase certain things. We couldn't file patents on certain things. You know, Bessie Ross ain't sold no damn flag. Stop it. She had slaves. Kill it.
Right. We did
And
everything.
so we need to stop this foolishness. Cut it out.
Yeah.
I was happy when the schools didn't go. I was hoping they never let them back in school. I wanted to homeschool and educate us the right way.
Yeah.
It's a miseducation that they're getting. Sadly.
Yeah, I agree with you, baby. Oh, you know what? We got some sports. What you got?
What?
Oh,
What we got? What's
there was a
happening?
Jersey story. I don't see it, Amber.
What is it, Amber?
Wait a second.
All right.
Go to
let's
sports.
sports.
Yeah.
All right. Steph Curry recently passed Wilt Chamberlain. Now this was a big deal. Like he needed 19 points when the game started.
He did. You was
Yeah.
watching it?
Oh, for sure. I'm a Steph Curry fan. I'm not a fan of much, but I'm definitely a sports fan. So Steph Curry recently passed Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record with 17,784 points and counting, of course. He is the franchise's new all-time scoring leader.
Oh,
The
shucks.
franchises. So
Steph
he passed
Curry.
Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain had that record for years. Now keep in mind, Wilt and them didn't have the 3-point line.
Ah.
Keep in mind, they didn't have the 3-point line.
Okay.
When Wilt Chamberlain played basketball.
Okay.
And so Steph Curry is definitely cheating a little bit, Amber. But oh my God. Okay. So but Steph Curry is a pure shooter, and shout out to Dale Curry, his daddy, Charlotte native down there. He was a cooker too. He used to put the stroke on it. So shout out to them, that Curry family, and also Dale. Also Dale Curry.
What they
I mean,
laughing
not
at?
Dale Curry. What's the boy?
He got a
Curry.
brother, Seth.
Shout out to little Seth. Yeah, they done kicked him out, but yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Y'all ready for the question of the week? Audience.
All right. So I want you guys to give us some feedback on this. This is the question where somebody sends us a question, we read it off. It's normally crazy as hell. You give us some of your opinions. We're gonna pass the mic around and we can find one. Let's go with it.
Question of the week is sponsored by Umbrella Therapeutic Services. Umbrella Therapeutic Services is DC's most reliable and trusted behavioral health organization. They provide community support, medication management, therapy for individuals and groups. Any DC resident ages 5 through 100 are eligible for their services. They accept Medicaid and Medicare, as well as many private health insurance plans. You can reach Umbrella by calling them at 1-888-793-4357 and request Umbrella Therapeutic Services. Umbrella, they're doing telehealth visits now. They're all over the D.C. area, and they're also training people to become licensed therapists now. So we're doing some really great things. Shout out to CEO Wes Jones.
Shout out to the homie Wes over there doing some great things. Big up to you, Wes.
Yes.
And we do take mental health very seriously. I hope that you do as well. We call them mental tune-ups. Do not think it's something wrong. Every time you have to go get yourself tuned up, it doesn't mean anything negative. It's a lot of things going on out here.
It is.
And a lot of people are not as sound as they need to be. Please don't hesitate to get you a checkup. Tune up.
Call it. So question of the week.
Okay.
What we do is we allow you all, our Spotlight family, our viewers and listeners, to submit relationship questions to us.
Do I need to brace myself for this one? Is the
I don't know yet. Wait a minute. Our email is info@spotlightoverthecity.com. Send us an email with any relationship question you want. It can be crazy. It can be whatever. You can ask us about our relationship, and we will answer. We choose a question every week, and we answer it live on the show. Info@spotlightoverthecity.com.
And shout out to everybody on Facebook before we get going.
Yeah, shout out to all of you.
Shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Wynn, Cooper, Antonio,
Ingra,
Lakeisha. What's up, Keisha? Eam, am I saying that right? Eam?
I can't see that far, but
Deborah,
shout out to everybody.
It's a whole bunch. Everybody on V. everybody, Demetria, everybody.
And shout out to all of you all on our Instagram. We love y'all. Thank you so much.
And everybody on IG. Let's rock. Question of the week. Brace yourself.
I recently found out that my wife has been chit-chatting and texting another man. Oh, so this is a man writing this letter. She said that he's just a friend and someone who helps her understand things from a man's perspective. She and I have had a rocky marriage these first few years, and so I understand the need to vent to someone, but I don't like it. I don't know this man, and I feel it is a form of cheating. Yes, I have had sidebar conversations with another woman before, but when my wife told me that it was a problem for her, I eventually stopped talking to my friend. I just have an odd feeling that my wife might be close to cheating because she's now distant and she never ever wants to have sex. She said that the constant yelling and arguing has turned her off. Her male friend advised her to cut the sex off from me and rebuild. Wait, y'all.
Wait,
y'all. Her male friend advised her to cut the sex off from me and rebuild a friendship with me. But maybe that's because he wants to service her sexually. I want my marriage to work, and I do not want to lose my wife. We have had some tough growing pains learning each other, but I never physically cheated, and I pray that she has not done that either. Should I demand that she stops communicating with her male friend? Should married people be having conversations with friends of the opposite sex without the husband or the wife knowing? I need to hear from Stan the man.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, so this is a good one. This is a good one.
Stan the man.
I'm gonna say first of all, I will say that at least she comes to him, right? She's telling him, right? She's giving him the information that she has. She's saying I talked to my friend and blah blah blah.
He helps her understand things from a man's perspective.
But to your discredit, well, is it someone that she's seen before in the past? Or
he didn't say that. He said that she's been chit-chatting with another man, someone who helps her understand things from a man's perspective.
And he doesn't know the guy.
He said, I don't know him.
So how come she hasn't ever introduced them to each other?
I don't know. So that's a question he said. He said, should married people have friends that they chit-chat with that the spouse don't know about?
It's not something that we condone in relationships, but everybody does it. All women pillow talk to someone outside of the marriage.
It doesn't have to be another man, though.
Cousin, whatever. All women do it, and I think all men do it to a certain degree. So what I'm saying is this. I think if you're going to confide in someone, it should be someone who has an honest opinion about relationships. Maybe they should have one that's intact themselves, not just giving out advice. Because when you start talking about don't give them none, don't talk to him no more. That's the last day.
Well, he said that the man told her
to cut it off. I don't want you to talk to him.
He said that they need to rebuild their friendship.
He's a dumbass. Don't talk to him. We married already. So don't talk to him. Is he married?
Who?
Is the
They don't say all. They don't give us all of that. They just said that he's a. She's.
So what do you guys think? Help me out.
Can I go?
Yes.
Did you give your?
I think that you definitely
should
be careful who you confiding in, because it's just like having that man at work that you talk to when you go to work about your man at home. You end up going to lunch and being at the Westin with him. I mean, that's just how that ends up. So you.
What?
No. What I'm saying is, when you start confiding in a man,
you end up at the Westin.
Listen, lady, calm down.
Who ends up at the Westin?
Terry, I'm talking to the people. So when you confide in a man, the man starts to get close to you, and he starts to get personal. So now it's an intimate conversation, right? It's intimate. So you're confiding in him, and now he's telling you stuff that he shouldn't say, and this and that. And so eventually it becomes sexual with y'all. Eventually, because unless he's gay, he probably wants to hit. He wants to smash.
So
I don't think most men just want to talk to another sister all day and give her advice. He either a counselor or.
So okay, so are you saying that when married people talk to this guy, if she continues to talk to him,
she's gonna end up giving.
So you feel like if people chit chat about their relationship for a long enough time, they're gonna end up
who you chit chatting to. That's what I'm saying. If a person has. If a person has no motive, right, and they just giving you some sound advice on your situation, then that's one thing. If you're constantly confiding in this person, that's a whole nother situation. It shouldn't be a constant confiding in them. Because when you have a sound relationship, you go to the person that you're in a relationship with and you talk to their ass.
Right.
And you say, what the hell is going on? And why are you not answering my text? And what is going on with this and that and the third? Because this is goofy. That's what you say. And you don't need to talk to Joe or Mike or Karen or nobody. Because
Right.
they not in this. It's us. So when you outside of that, you already halfway outside of your relationship. You already halfway out. When you got to do that, most of the time, you know what the hell going on. When women ask a lot of questions, they know the answers most of the time. That's just the facts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you said a lot, and I agree.
I would say you should give them some more often. That's what I would say.
Well,
You
listen.
should bust it down
Listen, what I interpreted from.
and do stuff to it. Do stuff. And then he don't want to talk to nobody.
Listen, that's not what the letter was about, baby.
Oh,
the letter is about. This is what I get. A woman.
Tell me what your solution is.
Here's what I get from it. First of all, I get that here's a man who's saying his woman is chit-chatting with another man that he has never met before. That's number one. That's an issue to me. I don't think that married people should be having sidebar conversations with opposite members of the sex in secret. If it's a secret, then
Well, they can't talk to the person about you and tell you everything they're saying. It's not really a secret. They just not telling you all the information.
right. But if this man he's never even heard of this guy. Like, do married? That's one question. Do married people supposed to disclose their opposite sex friends to their spouse? What do you all think?
What you
Yes?
saying, let me hear from
We
you,
got a
Nate.
mic?
I hear head shaking.
So I want to know. Like, what do y'all think?
Tell me what's happening. What is your opinion, and then we'll pass it. I want to hear some participation because I don't.
Yeah.
So
What would you say?
I don't think that she should be sharing that much information about her relationship like that because it is a marriage. You know what I mean? That's personal. That's tight. You know. So it's like unless it's like maybe family. You know what I mean? Something like that. Then definitely not to a guy that her husband doesn't know. Like
Right.
that's just.
Would you feel more comfortable if he knew him? If they knew each other?
I mean.
If he was introduced already, would that make a difference?
So yeah and no. It's still a limit to that information.
Because they
It's just
married.
Like yeah.
I think it's a slippery slope.
So
Yeah.
this is where I differ in marriage. I think that marriage will put you in prison if you're not free to discuss. Like I'm not saying confide in anybody about your situation, but I don't go to family. Hey, that's a different. But I think you should have someone outside of your situation that you could talk to about something, and they solid enough to stand on it and give you an honest opinion, whether you right, wrong, or indifferent.
I do too. But should your significant other know?
Yes and no. It depends on what it's about, because sometimes it's something that you need to get an opinion on that you don't want your significant other to know. Again, that's how women put men in prison. Get out of prison, man. Be a man and stop acting like you can't be a man. Please, men, stand up. Lord, help me, G. So, yes, men,
Cody,
be a
what you
man,
think?
be a whole ass man, and have an opinion without asking your woman for it, and put your Timbs back on and give her the pumps. Put the pumps back. Give her the goddamn.
Well, what I say is, man, first of all, he wrong for even telling her not to have sex with her husband off the breakaway.
That's the first. That's the first negatory.
Right, I ain't getting nothing at home, and then he egging it on. That he definitely wrong. And then the second part, I never met him, so I don't even know this guy.
Right.
Where did he come from?
Right.
We married.
Does he have
We
good
was at the
intent?
barn.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know his intent. I don't know nothing about him.
That's my issue.
Yeah.
I think that the problem is not that you shouldn't confide in someone else of the opposite sex, but if the spouse don't even know this person, the spouse ain't never heard of this person, who the hell are you talking to?
Well, what I will say is, just because you don't know a person don't mean they won't have good intent. I have what we call spiritual advisors. So I'll call them and I'll say, da-da-da-da-da. And sometimes they say, Stan, nah, bro. You got to humble yourself. You can't do this and you can't cuss and talk wow. Or they might say, yeah, that wasn't right. You was right on that.
Do I know them?
None of your business. But what I'm saying is, the advice is the advice. Is what I'm saying. As long as it's sound, like I wouldn't go to them if they're gonna negatively talk about you and come against the marriage and this and that, because that's not a person who's for us.
Right.
So I don't need to confide in them about you.
Right.
So it would be a person that I'm sharp enough to say they sharp, they solid, and let me lean on them. They've been married before, or they still married, or whatever the case is. Not just any old goofball.
Yeah, I think, like I say, it's
talk to anybody.
It's a slippery slope, no matter which way you look at it. Me personally, I have found that it's very difficult to have like a male friend that you just get advice from about your husband, and it just stays that way forever.
Well, let's read. We got some comments on Facebook.
Yeah, I
Meek,
think
Meek
that's
Woods
the slippery
says.
slope.
Meek Woods says there shouldn't be no outside friends that your spouse don't know about.
Yeah.
Well, damn, I'm in
Yeah.
jail. So
I agree. I agree with that. There's nobody that
Now I know a lot of people now.
There's
Damn
nobody
it, Terry.
that I talk to
Terry,
on a
I know
regular
lot of
basis
people.
that you wouldn't be able to like, oh yeah, I've heard of that person.
Well, you had a strange cousin pop up that I have.
I said nobody that I talk to on a regular basis and get advice from.
But what I'm
This
saying
person-
is, you have to be secure at the end of the day in your relationship. That's A, right? So whether you be on something or left, right, or up or down, it's up to me to be secure in it until you prove me wrong. Until you prove that you on something goofy, I have to let you have that.
So again, this husband, if your wife is chit-chatting with another man, you ain't never heard of this person before, Edgar, and you find out who the F is Edgar?
Lord.
And I say Edgar is somebody that he gives me advice about you and your craziness. But you've never heard of Edgar. You gonna mean to tell me that?
I got a cousin showed up.
But I'm gonna tell you that Edgar's been giving me really good sound advice. He really cares about you, Stan. He cares about our
Edgar
relationship.
don't care about. I don't even know this
Right.
family.
So now that's flipped.
Edgar don't care about me. That's the
What you
first
mean?
thing. I don't know this Trump.
But how do you just said that the people
But
can
don't say
care?
he don't care about me.
I
He
just
care
made
about
the
you.
name up.
And when Edgar told you don't give me none, he didn't care.
Ebony Stewart said, be friends with couples.
What?
I don't think the opposite sex is able to be genuine friends without catching feelings if consistently confiding.
I
That's
agree.
a side
Like I
to the
said,
girl.
unless
So
he's
she
gay-
said you should be friends with couples.
Agreed.
That's a good matchup. So then you go to another married couple and say da 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 da.
Agreed.
But men, let me talk to the men for 2.2 seconds. Please. I understand that you want to appease your wife, and I understand that you don't want her to be mad at you and this and that. But all I'm simply saying is this. Still be a man, have your independence, have enough security on yourself and your mate to be secured in the situation. If that's not the situation, your situation already in trouble. Point blank period.
I
So,
agree. That's just
you really have
universal.
to be secure in your situation.
I agree.
I'm secure enough. I don't care what you talking about on the phone. I don't go on your wonder who is this and this and that. It's just too much. Like, I'm 53 years old. That's too immature at this late stage of life.
I agree.
So I just believe that it takes maturity to be in a solid relationship, point blank period. And if you're immature, then you'll find yourself needing to confide and slide and do all this other crazy buffoonery. So I mean, it's where you are in a relationship. And if you need to go talk to a whole bunch of other people, you probably not in it with me no more. You already probably halfway checked out.
Just forget it. Yeah. I agree with all of that. That's why I say, this is a slippery slope. No matter how you look at it, I do have an advisor outside of our relationship,
And I think that's healthy.
But I don't. For me personally, as a woman and as a wife, I don't choose for that to be the opposite sex.
But
I
if
have never
he
been.
or she told you not to give me none, I don't want you to go to them no more after that.
Well, nobody can tell me not to give you any because I want to give it to you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's bad advice.
So anyway, me as a woman, I choose to not get advice about him from other men because that's just a little, to me, that can open the can that shouldn't be open. So I don't approve of it really. But again, at the end of the day, Stan is right. If your mate, your wife's husband, if they're going to do something, no matter what you try to do, if you say don't talk to these people if I don't know them, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it anyway. You do have to kind of just have a certain level of security in your relationship where it don't matter whether he's talking to Susie Q or whoever the hell it is.
It is what it is.
Just
right?
like he said about that thing that they got, women, let me tell you something from wife to wife.
If you got a snapper.
If you got doing what you're supposed to do, not just in the bed.
I just want, I want to be
because
clear
you
on
do.
that.
You
That's a
have
good
to.
point.
You
It's
still
not
got
just what you got. It's about being
It's not
solid.
just about that.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
do got to pop it now. You still got to keep it going. But you also have to be solid all the way around. Be a good woman, a good wife to your husband, and you really just live your life, girl. Live your life, child.
Live your life,
girl. Yes. So
don't be insecure because it's unattractive. So you definitely don't want to, start striking up things and causing insecurities. Talk to your man. Talk to him. Go to him. Don't go to the other man. Go to your man. Tell your man how you feel, and then hope that he address you accordingly. Don't say that you need somebody else.
No, I mean, again, but everybody does need that outside person to vent to because, you would only think your thoughts are right if you never talk to anybody else. And I would be the same way. I have someone who puts me in check. I have someone who says, she always says, okay, Ms. Long, you are out of order. She don't say that often, but when she does, I take it to heart and I be like, you know what, you're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull it together. I'm gonna be right.
And that's what we call accountability.
Yeah.
We all need somebody who's gonna be honest enough with you. I don't think a real friend is somebody who tells you what you want to hear.
I
think
agree.
A real friend tells you exactly what you need to hear, and it's gonna sting some days, but that's what makes them a friend.
I agree. So, sir, I hope that we helped you. We appreciate you all sending your questions in. Keep the questions coming in. Sometimes it be therapy for me and Stan. Do you all know sometimes we go home after the show and keep talking about the question of the week? And sometimes there have been times we've gone home a little edgy with each other because the question of the week brought up stuff with us. So
it was stuff that she snuck in there about me that she thought I didn't know she snuck in there about me, and I'd be like,
ooh, who was this person who wrote this? Ooh, yeah. But keep the questions coming in. We really appreciate it. It's thought provoking. It gets people engaged. What you mean?
I was gonna say, be careful how you give out your information to your family members, because what happens is your family loves you a certain way.
Oh, you shouldn't go to family.
So once you tell them something negative about your mate, they still remember that negative thing when they see him or her again and again and again. And so you may have passed it up, right? You say, okay, I'm cool on it. We back together. They still beefing. They still like, yeah, because he cheated on you and he ain't shit. And so don't tell them. That's not a good idea. Don't tell your family. Their business, because don't tell them nothing about nothing until it's dead.
That's true. You can tell somebody that's gonna love them no matter what. So I can tell Stan's mom. He gets on my.
I don't think you should do that. I
said I could.
But you do. No, you do it. But I wouldn't suggest it.
And she's the person who knows how crazy he is. She knows what kind of crazy man she raised, and she love him to death like me. So she's never gonna not love him. Like me.
Aww. You cute too, though.
Aww. Yes, I want it.
You're gonna make me want to do something.
Yes, do it. You gotta lose it for life, though. Okay.
Come on, yep. Now, this one right here. We don't do this segment every week, right? Loser for Life is a segment that I added because we having a bunch of losers these days in our community, and so I make sure I don't leave them out because there's a lot going on.
A bunch of them.
So we spoke a little earlier about this goofball, but we didn't get all the way into it. So this week's Loser for Life is the Windsor Chief Police Rodney Riddle.
That's his name.
Yes, his name is Rodney Riddle. Who says he doesn't feel the station owes Lieutenant Caron Nazario. Amber.
Yep, you got it right, baby.
An apology after Officer Joe Gutierrez pepper sprayed him. Riddle says the only reason Gutierrez got fired is because of public outrage. In other words, this goofball publicly came on the news and said, well, we couldn't leave the officer on the force because they were outraged about him being on there, so we didn't think he could do a good job, so we went on and fired him. But we gonna try to get this redneck another job in the next county in the next couple of years. In the meantime,
that's what he said.
Well, that's what he gonna do. And we left the other country bunking on the same force so he can cone and fill in the shoes for the other goofball we fired.
What's that voice?
And so what I'm showing you is this is a country bunking that definitely is a goofball. And loser man is the problem that I want to address. The hierarchy, higher authority is the problem with the mentality of these oppressors.
Yep.
See, they'll allow your oppressor to oppress you and get mad because they get caught.
Say that.
That's what happened. He only got mad and fired him when the outrage came because months before he was still officially working. And so is the other partner that was pepper spraying and scared to death. And so these scared to death officers will come to another car and approach him negatively and cause another whole confusing situation that could cost somebody their life, Terry. And so that's the problem that I'm having. I think that this is a major problem. I think that the hierarchy should be addressed. I don't think you should just look at a fired officer. I think you should look at the oppressor that put him in play. And you should address him because he doesn't need a job. He's a total goofball. He said, I don't apologize to no Negro. That's what he meant to say.
That's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted to say.
So
yes, he is the loser for life.
So you are a loser for life.
Yes. All right, y'all. This was good. This was fun, baby. We gotta get ready to go to a quick commercial break because we do have our first guest who has been so patiently waiting. We got the DMV all in the house tonight, y'all. I cannot wait.
Let's come
we
right
got
back
Cody Wynn
get
coming
right
up,
to
y'all.
it. Spotlight over the city, baby.
Bro, man, what you doing in my house?
Nothing. Just chilling. Came down here to make myself a couple sandwiches, and I noticed you had this shea butter on the counter. Like, whoa! So I thought I could borrow a couple of them, man, cause my little honey, she been ashy lately.
What she using on her skin right now, bro, man?
And that's a little personal. But since you asked, I've been using that hotel lotion. And you know, like, after I put it on, after like 5 minutes, it's like she right back ashy again.
Yeah, bro, man, that hotel lotion is no good. She needs shea butter like whoa. That'll keep her moisturized all day long.
Shea butter like whoa. All right, can I borrow some?
Yeah, bro, man, I think she'll really love it. So this one's on me.
Appreciate that.
And bro, man, don't put it on your sandwich.
Nah, but I'm sure gonna butter her buns.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATL DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. And guess what, you guys? You already can see we got us a +1 in the building.
Yes, we do.
Not just a +1. This young man has a heck of a story, and I can't wait to get in his business. So I'm going to let Wifey introduce. But I want to say shout out to Mobbish. I want to say shout out to SOS. I want to shout out a lot of the real homies, Big Kenny, and a whole bunch of the gang that's out here making a difference right now. So I appreciate you guys. Without further ado, Terry.
Without further ado, I told y'all the DMV is in the building tonight, right? I told y'all that.
You know it.
Yes, and we are all about the community, right? I told y'all that. So we have grabbed someone who also is all about the community, a community activist, a leader now. We have got
making a difference.
Cody Wynn,
in the building. Let's put our hands together. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, man, we gonna talk about it. So,
welcome to Spotlight Over the
thank
City.
you. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for coming and rocking with us, man. A lot of people been asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna let Cody answer them questions. When he
Yeah, I definitely am. Definitely.
So let's start from the beginning.
Who is Cody Wynn?
Let's talk about Cody Wynn. Let the people know, who is Cody Wynn?
Cody Wynn, man, is a guy that grew up in Washington, D.C. all his life in the Trinidad neighborhood. A real guy.
Trinidad.
Honorable guy. And this man now, you know, community active, doing everything for my community, doing everything for my city, and just trying to stop this violence, man.
So that's a good thing. So let's start there. Let's back up a little bit. How did we get to know Cody Wynn as who he is? Like, he has a story. Let's talk about this backstory a little bit.
Grew up in Trinidad.
Grew up in Trinidad. We know you're a Washington native. So
you went to Dunbar, right?
Went to Dunbar, graduated.
Graduated.
Yeah.
1999.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell a little bit.
Yeah.
So we right around that same era. So that era was treacherous.
Yeah.
I survived it. Obviously, you survived it as well.
What's that, like the 90s?
Yeah, that late 80s, early 90s era was a vicious era for the Washington, D.C. era. It was tough.
Okay.
So let's talk about it a little bit because you had some pitfalls. Let's talk about that first time that you ever faced one of your dilemmas with the officers or whatever the case is with criminal activity or whatever you may want to call it.
You know, like you just explained, you know, the crack epidemic back in the late 80s, early 90s was definitely took its toll on me. Like you said, I graduated from Dunbar in 1999, had scholarships to go to college, but I gave them up for the streets. I was infatuated with the streets. You know, infatuated. I wanted the money. I wanted the jury. I wanted the fast cars. I wanted it all. And I knew college wouldn't give it to me.
I get it.
So, you know, I went out there, man, and started hustling at the age of 17. Caught my first charge when I was 17.
17.
So as soon as you jumped off the porch good, they grabbed you.
Yeah, they
so
grabbed
you had a
me.
distribution case.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then after that, you was like, okay, well, did you say I'm going to figure out a better way to do this thing and I'm going to come back? Or how did that work for you?
Well, nah, I just told myself that I was going to graduate from high school, because I owed that to my mother.
That's
but I was still infatuated in the streets when I was 17. I had my first car, you know, so I'm driving to school. You know, she'll buy me some clothes, but I had to change them because I done made some moves and got me some Jordans in a new outfit, and she can't see what I'm wearing. So, you know, at the age of 18, I caught another distribution. That was my first adult case.
Okay.
Did you go to prison for that? Like, when did you have to, what made you have to serve time?
Actually sit down, yeah.
Actually in 2004,
you went away.
I went away. I didn't come home to 2014. I went away for 10 years. Me and my co-defendants was charged with multiple murders that we had to face. I stood over DC jail fighting my case 8.5 years.
Wow. No sentencing?
No sentencing because with murder, they can take you to trial up to 2.5 years. So I had to fight each one of them individual. So as I got finished with one, they charged me with another one. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my first time when I was found not guilty, I come back to the jail, and I'm thinking I'm going home, and they say, Mr. Wynn, you need to go with them. So it was they rebooked me again, and they charged me. So they did that.
Serious?
They did that process 5 times, and on top of that.
So wait, back up. So for people who not really familiar, you didn't transfer out of the prison system, catch a charge, go back into the prison system. You was already incarcerated.
Yeah, I was already incarcerated.
And then they tried to stack charges on.
Yeah.
More murder charges.
More murder charges.
While you were in prison.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, it was crazy because I was in solitary confinement for 5 years. No visit, no mail, no phone calls.
Wait. Okay, so let's back up. A lot of people. So the reason I'm breaking this down is because some of my audience are not familiar with doing time, being in prison, so they don't even understand what solitary confinement is. So let's explain to the people. For those who don't know, that's like 23 and 1, what we call it. So it's 23 hours a day out of 24. You're locked down, right, in a cell, and then they let you out to do what?
30 minutes of rec and 30 minutes of shower.
30 minutes of rec, 30 minutes of shower. When I tell you, you have to be really mentally tough to do even 30 days in a box when you do years in a box. So how did that affect you mentally? Because you were still young, right?
Yeah, and it made me grow as a man. It made me grow as a man, and people don't know when I got arrested and I went to prison over to jail. I really wasn't a good reader. But after doing time, been reading the Bible back and forth, reading the Quran back and forth, reading every magazine, my reading skills jumped up very heavy. You know, I learned a lot. You know, I read a lot, but also, you know, talking to people. I knew I was special when, you know, guys used to come back from court, and I talked to them, and we had conversations, and they listened to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going through a lot at the time, but you would never know it the way I carry myself.
Wow.
Right. So they respected the way you was doing your time, and you was still giving them advice and trying to help them along the way.
Yeah.
And give them some advice. So shout out to Young E-Class too, because your story kind of mirrors his a little bit. And I just like how he transitioned, just like what you getting ready to tell me. And he was a young man as well. So you was young.
Went in at 2004.
Yeah, I went in 2004. I was 23.
And so now they piling on murder charges.
Yeah.
You beat the first one.
Uh-huh.
So they coming back now. You can't get released, Mr. Wynn. We got to take you here.
Yeah, so I sit over there. I sit over there a year and a half, and I went to trial again. Was found not guilty again.
Okay, so now just 2 times, right? So you looking like Teflon, right? Now you 2 times. They come back again.
So they come back again and they charged me, and I didn't. I sat over there for 9 months, and they couldn't come back with indictment, so they dismissed that one.
Wow.
So when you first beat that second charge, you thinking now I'm free finally?
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's
I
over.
can go home now.
Yeah, I can go home. Leave me
And
alone.
then when they pass you down for the 9 months, now you're doing 9 months and you sitting. So how are you thinking about your situation? Because you're supposed to be gone twice.
Yeah.
So now this that third time. How you feeling? Like now you don't know what the odds are. Like you don't really know what your fate gonna be.
I mean, you start losing hope, and not just that. When you got a family, you know, you got kids, you love your mother and things like that. You just thinking about if I'm ever see him again.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But I never lost my faith though.
So that's what I was gonna say. What kept you strong? Like, did you have the family support? Did you have somebody who rode with you through the sentencing, doing these bits? Did you have somebody who supported you?
I had a girlfriend every year, like I had a girlfriend every year,
They
man.
drop off,
yeah,
then
drop
another pick
off,
up.
another pick up. If you write me, then I'm gonna set it off. But I had a little supporter out in the world, but it was the guys that and it's crazy. It was the guys that was locked up with me. That some of the guys that we was even beefing on the street, but we found a bond and got closer than some of the guys I even know on the street.
Wow.
So that was the blessed part. So now the third time you're doing the 9 months. So after that they come to you, and how do you suffice the 9 months? Like you're 9 months in, so they say, okay, we overturn that indictment. So you clear.
Yeah. So 9 months in, I go back to court, and I'm thinking, they saying that they don't got an indictment. So I'm thinking I'm free. I go back to the jail. My thing now, I'm looking for cars. I'm looking for unmarked cars. I'm going
You
with
on
them.
your way back out the
going
door,
with them. But they was in the van. So when I got right there, they charged me again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they charged me again.
They did not want you out.
Yeah.
So now you on your fourth murder charge.
Yeah.
And so now what the sentencing look like now? So they just put you on a hold?
I was already in the hole. Though they said I was a high profile case, and they was saying that witnesses was getting intimidated and things like that. And here I'm over to jail, so you can record my call, so it wasn't me.
Right.
So, but they still locked me down. So I'm still locked down in this process when they charged me with the fourth one.
So now what age were you at that point?
At that point, I was 27 or 28.
So you still fairly young, man.
Yeah, I'm still young.
Fighting your fourth.
Yeah, fighting my fourth.
All right, so now how we get past this one?
Brady violations. The government withheld a lot of evidence that would even kept me locked up for this case over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So this case was dismissed for Brady issues.
Wow.
And you had already sat for how long?
A year and a half.
So 9 months, then a whole another year and a half.
A whole another year and a half. So
now that's 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
So now you finally can breathe a little bit. Say, I'm great. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gone. Ain't nothing else. I know
y'all this it.
I know y'all ain't got nothing else
Right,
for me
this
now.
it.
I know y'all don't. I mean, I'm like, this is it right here. Like,
Okay.
God, it's time to see my kids and everything.
So now it's time to celebrate. I'm going to hug my loved ones. And now what?
What happened?
I get back, and I don't see nobody then, but I'm just still in the holding pen, and I'm waiting to go back. Then they come again. So this case right here, when they charged me with this one, this the one that got me, feeling low, because this the one that I'm like, golly, how y'all gonna do this to me? And I knew this was kind of like a touchy little situation about, who I was charged for and everything like that. So I sat down and I went to trial in this one. I sat down 2.5 years. This was the last one. I sat down 2.5 years, and then I went to trial and was found not guilty. Me and my co-defendants, but I lost on carrying the pistol out of license and obstruction of justice. So they sentenced me to 10 years. When I went to the FBOP, that's the federal, the Court of Appeals overturned my case. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm at the cell one day, and my case manager said, "Pack up, you going home tomorrow."
Just like that.
Just like that.
Really? So you weren't even expecting that?
No, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to do my little time for the obstruction of justice and the current pistol out of license.
So they had already charged you with that?
Yeah, that was part of, when part of my murder charge, they could charge you with less including offenses.
Right.
So I beat all the big stuff and lost on obstruction of justice and current pistol out of
And
license.
they still had sent you to 10 for that?
Yeah, sent me for 10 for that.
And you was what, just a few months in on the 10?
Yeah, I was no, I was actually the 2.5 years. That was the 2.5 years on the 10. On the 10. Yeah.
And doing it 2.5.
Wow.
Man.
You went through a lot. That's a lot.
Mentally tough. You have to be mentally tough. And I can promise you, you have to be sound or get sound really quick when because you're around a lot of other people who are not able to come out of jail.
Yeah.
And so they live in a certain way.
And then this losing, like everybody wasn't fortunate as me. It was a lot of guys that went to trial and murder cases, lost. Mm-hmm. I came back, you know what I mean? Some of them gave up on, hope. Some of them didn't. But you know what I'm saying? It was just me. I was like, man,
what was that why factor for you, bro? Like, what was that one thing by you sitting in that cell and every night when they close it and you sit there by yourself? What was that why to say, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I got to beat this case. I got to beat the next case. I got to, because your cases was different. Some people, they can beat that one case, but then if they get another one, they kind of lose hope. But if they get another one,
they super deflated.
But then if they get another, I mean, it'll kind of knock the average Joe out. So what was that why that made you stay solid and was able to do that time and come home and do some good things? So we're gonna talk about the good things that you transformed into.
It was actually the hope of seeing my kids again, never giving up. I got a loving family, caring family, and it was just, man, the how I was raised, man, by my mother, my grandmother, so strong, and it was how I was raised. I couldn't give up. I couldn't turn my back. And I'm in the streets, like, I could have took the easy way out, you know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I grew up in Trinidad, and I was raised by some individuals that, I really respect and love, that was well respected, that taught me the ropes of the neighborhood. So I had to, I had to stay down.
And so I salute you for that.
So you didn't have your dad wasn't in your life?
No, my dad wasn't in my life. So, you know what I'm saying, like, as far as my coaches and me playing sports were like father figures, and guys, older from the neighborhood. From the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying, that I looked up to.
Right.
I got a lot of respect for the story, Cotey. I like your backstory. A lot of them will talk about the one that's going forward now, but I just want to salute you, though, bro, before I even go forward, to say I salute you for being a stand-up brother.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guys out here that wouldn't go to jail for a traffic ticket.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of action. They really active out here, and they doing a lot of things, but they not going to jail, bro. I know they not. So I salute you for that, and then coming home and turning your life around is the biggest thing I want to talk about. So now going forward, who's the new Cotey? Out of prison.
Right, when you get out.
No.
Now you got out. Now how do you go forward? Because you've been in prison for a while.
Well, I got out of prison, and I just tried to make one more run in the streets, and I had got arrested for a distribution case that I was found not guilty of, and I just knew that it wasn't no more money in the streets, so I had to do something else. Mm-hmm. So when I come home, I throw a party. It was very successful. I mean, everybody came out. The city came out. I made some good money. So I say, I like this.
I like this, right.
So I got into the party business. I got into throwing parties and hosting and promoting and things like that.
Right.
And doing things in the community, as far as feeding the kids, getting their haircuts and things like that. So that's how it all started off. And
it gave you a feeling, right?
Yeah, it gave me
a feeling you get.
Yeah, it gave me a feeling. And then the Curtis Streets, shout out to Ergo Weaver and Ronald Welly for recruiting me to go to the get with the Curtis Streets movement. But that was crazy because.
So did you know Eric prior to?
No, I knew his son.
Oh,
yeah, I knew his son. Me and his son was in together, and I always heard about his father. But when I come home, they recruited me, and it was crazy because they asked me to come to the interview. So I say, where the interview at? So I put the interview in. I go to the interview. It's an old police station. So I'm like, I'm like, hold now. Like, what's going on now? So when I go in there for my interview, they saying, man, you gonna get this job by all the wrong you did. Tell your story. I'm like, man, tell my story. Is it bugs in here? Like, what's this, a police station? Like, it's still police cars out there. But, becoming part of Curtis Streets really changed my life as me, as a man. The people I met, the people I worked with, and just saving lives. I could say, the Curtis Streets team been up and running for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. Within that 3 years, in our target area where I work, we only had one homicide.
Wow.
in 3 years. Yeah, I do. We do interventions. We stop beefs. We probably mediated over 250 beefs and stopped since 3 years.
So this is what God had you to be here for. Like, I love guys like your story because my story is not way off from your story. I just been super blessed, right? And so that's why I'm still here. And that's why you always hear me talk about God.
Praise God.
That on this platform. Because if it wasn't for God, I definitely would have been doing probably life in prison, to be honest with you. I've been pretty blessed. So I'm thankful to have people like you to come on and share in that platform. People like Eric Weaver.
He's been on the show before.
What's the homie? I got his plaque too. I got your plaque.
Tony, free. I was with his
I got
father.
your plaque too, bro.
Yeah,
I remember these days.
Yeah.
I remember his father.
Yeah.
So I was in that era. Like that's when we was getting money. So I thank God for being able to spare my life and spare your life, and we still here and we're able to do some good things for the community. So now going forward, what you guys got going on? Because I know you guys are doing some amazing things.
Right now, throughout the whole pandemic, I could say, the Curtis Streets team and my organization, where I'm the CEO of Growing Up, we deal with troubled youth in the city. During this pandemic, we done fed the whole community, the Trinidad, the Irish City community, even over southeast parts like that. Throughout the whole pandemic, helping families with needs via shoes, clothes, and things like that. And I'm also part of Life Enhancement. We deal on the mental health side, so I help people on the mental health side too. Like
doing some amazing
stuff. I think I've heard of Life Enhancement.
Yeah, it's a nice organization, and then even with Curtis Streets, stopping these beefs, making sure the troops come in, but not just that, taking these guns out of these guys' hands and replacing it with jobs, programs.
That's what they
things like that.
Missing. That's what they're missing.
That's the wonderful part of doing this job.
So just as me as a girl growing up in the suburbs, not knowing a lot about the streets, but so being a violence interrupter, it doesn't give you feelings of like apprehension, like I don't want to be out there with that, like you don't feel no way about that?
Because we hire from the community. Like, I'm from Trinidad, so I wouldn't go over and search a quarters and say stop the beef and stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna hire somebody from that neighborhood to do that. So in my hood, they respect me as, the big homie and things like that. So coming to them, to telling them, they know that, we don't cooperate with the police at all.
Okay.
All their information with us is confidential. And things like that, so they can trust me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
important.
Going to these other neighborhoods, knowing these good guys in there, bringing them together, saying, man, we're going to squash it. Things like that. Like, it's a wonderful feeling.
I love it.
It has to be because you on the other side of the fence. You're doing some good things. You sowing back into your community, which, if given a chance, a lot of us can do. Sometimes they bury us in prison and even worse before we get a chance to transition. So thank God you here and you're doing the great things that you're doing. So what else you got going on in
we got 4 more minutes.
Yeah, right now we doing community events. We also got one tomorrow on 18th and M Street.
18th and M?
Yeah, 18th and M Street Northeast. We doing a fish fry for the community. We're gonna meet the ANC commissioners and things like that. You definitely from 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
So you definitely could go on. You could Instagram Curtis Streets.
Curtis Streets on IG.
Yeah, on IG, Instagram Curtis Streets. Growing Up on Instagram.
Growing Up
and
on
Cotey
IG.
X
Is it
on
growing
IG.
or growing?
Growing. GROWIAE. So you know what I'm saying? You definitely could go in there and check out all our events. We definitely out in the community. But not just that. If you ride in our target areas, you will see our violence interrupters, our outreach workers. We got yellow shirts on, so everybody sees us. Everybody sees us out there in the community. And it's crazy because my community once frowned at me and didn't like the way I was carrying it. Now the neighbors hug me. And that means so much to me now.
But that's what I'm saying, the transition. Like a lot of times we don't get that chance. I thank God I had the chance to transition, and now I go back and I speak to some of these same youngins that was toting pistols and wearing vests and doing this and that. And so that's the era we come from, like I say. So this is such a blessing, man, to have you on the show and to share in your story. And I want you to make sure you tell them anything you want going, like closing out, what you want to tell them, what else coming up. Where can they follow? Any links or whatever you got? Give it up.
We do have one question on here from one of our Facebook viewers. Cody says, ask him, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now? Like, what do you see yourself doing?
What do you see yourself doing? Yeah,
I see myself owning my own businesses more, trying to bring homes to homeless individuals and mental health individuals, and not just that, trying to bring the halfway house back to DC.
Okay.
Yeah, the one they closed down over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was kind of terrible too. So, but yeah, we definitely need that to happen. We need places to transition people in safe environments and good environments to where they're not subject to
Safe
crazy
and
stuff.
clean. That's
So,
right.
yeah,
Give out all his information.
Yeah, man, give out your information. I like what you're doing.
Yeah, man, you definitely can. You can get in contact and reach out and see what we doing at Cotey X. That's my IG, or Curtis Streets on IG, and also Growing Up. One thing about it, man, we out in the community. We keeping these communities safe. We out here changing the norm, man. So we definitely need all y'all support. So if y'all can log in and follow and definitely help out, it'd be an honor, man. I mean, it's an honor even coming here on this interview. This is my first interview I did since I've been home, man, and everybody been trying to get me to do one, but I came here.
Held out for Spotlight.
I held out for Spotlight in the city, man.
So let's give it up one more time.
Give it up, y'all, for Cotey Wynn.
Hey, we appreciate that too, bro. I
do.
appreciate you doing that
We
for
do.
us, and it's an honor to have you on the platform as
really
well.
is.
It's definitely an honor to see what you're doing in our community. We young kids out here need it, man. There's a lot of youngers out here that don't have nobody to sew into them, don't have nobody to reach back for them, and it takes a Cotey Wynn and other people like yourself and Mobbish and the whole gang, all of them boys out there doing some things. We love you guys for what you're doing.
Yes.
And keep doing what you
And
do.
if our
Anything I can
platform
do
or
to
if
help.
our company, Spotlight Over City,
It's a done deal.
Stan will be out there in the streets with the
Well, you already
spotlight
know,
mics.
I rock like
So
that anyway, so I'm,
let us know.
whatever you're doing, if you need me to show up, I'm gonna show up.
Yes.
I'll show
That's
up.
right.
Okay, whatever you
That's
need,
right.
I'm gonna show
We
up.
there.
That's right.
So that's how I'm rocking. So yeah, one more time, let's give it up for Cotey.
Y'all, one more time. I love this. Y'all love it. People's Champ of Media, y'all.
So this is why we have a platform.
Yes.
Right? We have a platform so we can give people a voice that need to be heard. And this young man definitely needs to be heard. He's doing some amazing things, and not just him, a lot of people in our city. So we have an amazing city too, man.
Yes, we
And,
do.
I
DC or
appreciate-
nothing.
I appreciate the whole DC DMV movement to the fullest. So let's give it up.
Y'all,
for that
yeah,
whole
thank you
situation.
again, Cotey, for being a part of our Spotlight family. We always tell our guests, you're part of our family now. So
Yep,
right.
always.
That's
So
right.
anytime you got something going on, you already
we
know
not
what the
done
boy
though,
is. We
y'all.
gotta rock it.
And
We
y'all-
gotta-
What
we
you
got
been
another-
waiting for?
We got another one that's gonna close us out,
Yeah.
man. This young lady right here is nothing
She is
short of
lit.
spectacular.
And
So we'll
she's
be right
ready.
back with our next guest, Spotlight Over the City.
That's right.
Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATL DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATL DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATL DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATL DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Another amazing guest, but not just a guest, an artist. And she's gonna close us out. And as usual, every week we have amazing artists. So you want to say something before you get started to your fans?
Yes, I can. To anybody who does not know me, my name is J'TA. For anyone who doesn't know, that is an acronym that my mother made. That is my real name. It is all capital. It's J''T''A. It stands for Jose Anthony's Angel, because I am destined for greatness, and that's what I'm gonna show y'all today.
I love it, I love it, I love it. So without further ado, let's give it up for the one and only J'TA Freeman in the building.
I know that I'm a drug babe. Oh, tending each and every way. Got you fainting for more when I leave. Got you begging down on your hands and knees. Yeah. You can't have too much of me, cause I'ma get you addicted to feelings you never felt before. Baby, I got that exotic. My shit is so hypnotizing. If I let you get a taste of this, you won't want nothing else. I am the only supplier. You won't find it nowhere else. No, give you what you want, but you gotta play nice. I'ma give you what you need for a hell of a price. Baby, I got different flavors. You can pick what you like, and I'ma get it ready for you. And I'll swing by tonight, and I'ma serve it up to you, baby. Yeah, I'ma serve it up to you, baby. Cause you know I got that pressure. You know I got that fire for your soul. Yeah, I got that good shit. Ain't nobody else got, baby. I got that pressure. I got that pressure. I got that pressure. Yeah, fire for your soul. And I'ma give it to you. Oh yeah. Ain't nobody got it, baby. I got that pressure. Buckle up and get ready for this ride. I'ma take you on a magic trip tonight. I promise you ain't never been as high in your life. Pressure. I got it for you. I got it. Oh, baby, I got it. Yeah. Oh, you know I'ma give it to you. Yeah, I promise you won't want nothing else. What? I promise you won't want nothing else, baby. I promise you won't want nothing else. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what can I say? Give it up one more time for J'TA Freeman in the building. Let's put it together. I don't hear no hands. What's going on? So, when I tell you guys, I love this show, right? First of all, I love Spotlight Over the City. I thank you guys so much for being a part. This young lady right here. Oh, that come out this little body.
Yeah.
So when I tell you you're amazing, so what you got coming up next? If you got something, let them know where they can find you, where they can check out your new talent that you got coming up. You got any singles? Got any whatever? What you got?
Well, as of right now, Pressure is my only single, but it is available on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music / iTunes, Tidal, YouTube, all that stuff. Sorry.
We ain't gonna say only. Wait a minute. Some people don't have no single.
Well,
so when I say you got a single, you got a hit single that's lit. So I love it. I thank you for being a part of Spotlight Over the City. Our platform is your platform. So without further ado, we gotta close up. I know. I can't do it from here. So anyway, yes, I can. We got a new segment that we added to the show. It's called The Cool Word. I normally do The Cool Word on Wednesdays on Facebook, but I'm gonna do it right here. You don't have to move, Amber. I got you. So The Cool Word is a segment that gives you spiritual balance. This is where I bring in the spiritual balance part to Spotlight Over the City. So this week, I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to say this: speak what you seek until you see what you say. Speak what you seek until you see what you say. I didn't say speak what you see. Speak what you seek. What does that mean? A lot of times we say things and we don't really realize that we're dooming ourselves and we committing ourselves to a negative event. So whatever you speak, it should be what you want to produce. Because what you say out of your mouth is what you will eventually see. So don't ever speak anything but what you want to have. That's why I told this young lady, you're a hit artist, you have a hit single, because you have to stand on it. You have to make sure you stand on what you believe and cheer for yourself when nobody else is cheering. So this is what it means by speaking what you seek. The devil understands one thing. He understands that if he can get your thought, he can get your words, because you can only say what you think. So once you can get control of what you think, you get control of what you say, and whatever you say, you produce. The word wisdom, for example, is one of the biggest, most important words in the world, and we think it's a word, but it's a thing. So do your homework and find out what you speak, you produce. Don't ever speak anything without that. And on that note, you guys, we got to get out of here. So love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight over the city, baby.